Yeah, exactly.
It's that time again. It's Tuesday night, the #1 live podcast every Tuesday night. It's the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
That's us.
And we were talking shit. That's why it was late. It was my fault this time.
We got on.
We got on here, but yeah, I was talking. We were talking business stuff. But anyways, today we have what number 70?
78.
78.
Ooh, 78.
We're getting closer to that 100. We're so seasoned, man. It feels like it's like 70,000 shows already. We have a special guest in the studio tonight. I've been watching this guy do his thing for a while. I just went to an event that he helped put on, Birria Mania, and the birria tacos were bomb. You know what the best part is, though? I know it's not a wrestling podcast, but the T-shirt, it was a taco that looked like Hulk Hogan. And he was ripping his birria off of his chest, bro. And the first thing I did was like, yo, bro, is there a 3X? And she's like, the girl's like, I have 3X and this, and that. I go, I'll take that, and this.
No
I'll
shit.
take them all. If you got 3X, I got it. You know how I'm
you sport, man.
I rock and roll. But not only that, though, but if there's 3X, I always tell people, one of my friends sells wrestling shirts. And I'm like, yo, you got to get 3X, bro. And as soon as he got 3X, he don't even have any for me, bro. They're sold out.
You're like, I thought you were supposed to get 3X. He's like, I did.
He goes, I had them.
Sold them all.
He goes, you can order. Here's the pamphlet. Order yours, because every time I bring him in, they get sold out. But I want to introduce him.
Oh, there it is right there. That's hilarious.
El Dragón de Los Angeles on Instagram. It is Memo Torres. Welcome to the West Coast Poplock Podcast.
What's up? Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, we were hanging out there, and I asked you at Birria Mania, as we were having, and he was walking back and forth with these big old ribs and meat, and he was enjoying. That's how you enjoy when you throw an event. You have to enjoy it.
Sure.
And he was enjoying it. I just saw these platters of tacos. I mean, we got plenty of tacos as well, and you just go there and you just grab. Man, it was so good, dude. It was real. Cause they had chivo and they had beef. Yeah. Because birria goes both ways. You know, some people are more traditional in the goat, right? That's the more traditional style.
That's the OG style.
It's the OG.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to have different varieties there. So we had like different regions: Michoacán birria, Tijuana birria, and then of course we had the OG Jalisciense.
Yeah, and they all tasted bomb. But give us your social medias. Is that the only one? Where else could we find you?
Well, so I go by El Dragón de Los Angeles. That's how you'll find me on IG and Twitter, and I got a little TikTok, but most of my content on TikTok goes to LA Taco, which is where I work. I do my journalism, photography, video, a bunch of bullshit. I'm technically the director of partnerships, which is, I keep relationships up with all the vendors, the taqueros, people in the community, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah, man. And you have another event that's going to be coming up as well that you're working on?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of our annual Taco Madness. So it's like, imagine like the NCAA, bracket.
Yeah.
Like 32, we got 32 of the city's best taqueros. We put them up on a bracket, and then people week by week vote for their favorites.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we're down to the Sabrocho right now.
Oh, Sabrocho. Hell yeah. Nice. How, here's my thing, man, because I mean, you can see me, man. I hit tacos all the time. How do you choose, man? Because I'll go to some spots, but that's the best, and then you go somewhere, oh no, that's the best. Like, they all can't be the best.
Bro, nothing's truer than looking at our bracket right now and seeing who's competing against each other. Because those are the toughest choices. It's like, how do you vote against like this one versus that one, right? Like,
but here's the thing too. It also breaks down to like carnitas, asada, TJ style, flour, corn, salsas. You know what I mean? Because salsas are important.
Yeah.
You get a bomb salsa, you can put dry meat on that shit, but the salsa will kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I think that also plays a lot, has a lot to do with it. And then regions too, man. Like, everybody has their own cut of meat or how they cook it, how they season it. Some people like lemon, some people don't. I'm not a lemon person at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Or even carnitas al momo.
Yeah.
You know, they've won a couple here and there, different titles and stuff. And how do you vote against them with that asada? So is it just all tacos, no matter what it is?
For Taco Manis,
Yeah.
it's basically all tacos. So they got to be tacos.
Okay.
You know, so every now and then we'll try to have a restaurant that has some bomb tacos, but that might not be their specialty.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's all taqueros.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one exception I think that always makes it in there is Burritos La Palma. You know, they're burritos, but technically burrito is a taco. So
Yeah, because they're
it
pretty
qualifies.
just small. They're not like what you would think as a burrito
Sure.
pit.
Yeah.
And they just closed down the Santa Ana one, right? Is it closed?
Did they?
Because I've
I
been
haven't
by
heard
there.
about that.
I've been by there and it hasn't been
Oh,
open. And I've been
man.
because they make homemade flour tortillas.
Yeah.
You know they do that style, and then they have like I love me some frijoles, you know, refritos, bro, like refried beans, and they also have
They have a good birria.
mole. They have birria. They have
The
mole.
birria is really good that they have.
And it hasn't been open. I don't know if it's closed, but the sign's still up there. But I haven't seen no open sign. No one's going in.
I don't know, man. I gotta catch up on my news, man.
Yeah, because I go through on Bristol when I'm hitting El Toro in Santana right there. That's where I usually go get chicharron.
Maybe they closed it for a reason, for a little bit temporary.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe COVID. You know, COVID.
They
closed
got the
a lot
one
of
in
stuff
Boyle
down.
Heights on Olympic,
Yeah.
right there where all the good taqueros are at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude.
Boyle Heights is at the Capitol.
Pretty much. That's like, it's Olympics, so it's like you go down like 3-4 blocks and you got the best birria, the best like shrimp tacos, a good carnita spot, burrito La Palma. You got all kinds of tacos de canasta. They even got a birria truck, Pepe's Red Tacos, that has like the bone marrow.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's fucking, they get down over there.
Now, what's the difference between a taco de canasta and a al vapor?
So the technique is technically the same. They're both al vapor, but a taco de canasta is prepared inside of like a literal basket,
Yeah.
right? They'll use like tinas or something else differently, but they make the tacos de canasta, which usually has like either frijol or like a queso or de papa or chicharrón prensado.
Yeah.
So they fold them in half. They fold them in half. They stack them in the basket like canasta, and then they'll pour like an oil with some chile and spices in it. And the oil in there will like vaporize, and then it all heats up as they literally take it out to the street and start to sell it. Taco del vapor, more traditionally, is usually like it's also steamed, just like a taco de canasta.
More like
steamed.
tamale style, though.
No, more differently. Like they'll steam the meats, they'll steam the tortillas. So you'll see like these planchas, they have like grates on them with holes on them.
Uh-huh.
So it's just getting steam through it. So it's usually just the head of the cow. So you have like cachete, cabeza, lengua. Those kind of meats.
Buche. I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah,
right
butcher's
now.
pig
No, dude,
stomach,
I'm in-
cow stomach.
I'm in
yeah.
love right now, bro.
I'm
Like,
so
there's a
hungry.
huge. If you're not watching, just hearing, there's a smile on my face.
But
bro.
they're like, they're all
I'm
really
like just
moist.
staring off into the distance.
Imagine my taco being created as I'm like waiting
I'm
for
just
it.
trying to be like, oh, I'm about to hit Tito's tomorrow, bro, or some vapor in Santana.
I was
man.
telling this, and I'm looking around. You guys are just like intently focused.
Oh my god! We're gonna have to name this. This is not a taco
I was like,
podcast, bro.
oh my god. Because I was really I was like, I'm about to find out the real shit right
Yeah.
now, man.
Yeah, but that's the best one. If you want to have some real good tacos al vapor, go to Tacos Estilo Guadalajara in Linwood. Right there.
That's what they
On
have
Long
you
Beach.
him here, bro. The
We've got
knowledge.
like Linwood, Boyle Heights. I jumped
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
place. How? I mean, I guess now it's probably different, but how does like a taquero get on your radar?
Well, now every now and then they'll tag me on shit or they'll send me a message. I still like work kind of like by word of mouth a little bit. I got a lot of people like that I'm open my DM, so if you DM me, I'll respond. So I chat with a lot of my followers, and they'll be like, "Hey, bro, there's a spot over here. You gotta check this one out." So yeah, so I get a lot of tips and stuff, and that helps out a lot. But the number one way is that I drive all over LA.
Sure.
Yeah, I drive all over LA, and I just
Stop
I see a
and
stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see a line, that's where you're going.
Yep. If I see a line, or not even, it's just like it might be like some lady in the corner. I'm like, what's this lady selling in the corner?
Man, I
know?
moved out to North Hollywood. I've never lived in the Valley before, and seeing like all the little spots like that, the little cuts where it's just one lady in a tent, like
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, I gotta find out what's going on over here.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this lady decided, like enough people told this lady,
Yeah.
you gotta open a place. Enough people, and then she was like, all right.
There's
I'll
one out
open it.
his way, Tacos El Venado.
Yeah. That's in the valley.
Yeah.
He's got several spots.
I got hit one in Hollywood as well.
Yeah.
That supposedly is pretty bomb. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that guy is also it's one guy. It's a young kid, and he's not a kid anymore, but he's probably about 25 right now. He owns the
Alright,
Tacos
you
El
know.
Venado, Angels Tijuana style tacos, and he's got another one that's got Tacos Los Yaquis, or Estilo Yaqui. He's got one other one. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, that was like a hustler out there. I think he alone has like about 20 different stands.
Damn.
Just out of curiosity, for someone like that, why do they change their names? Wouldn't it be great to brand, or is it like actually different style of tacos on each different stand?
Yeah, each stand is branded after the style of the taco, which I think is pretty smart.
Hell
Tijuana
yeah, heck
style.
It's such a
right?
bummer to like not like I don't want what I want. I want what you guys do. Like, what do you do? Like,
Right.
and then I want that. And it's like when you walk up cold and it's like, oh, we just have all the shit.
Yep.
It's like, nah, man, come on, tell me what I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
If you have a thing where it's like this is what you should probably get, I get that. Like wherever I'm at, so I agree.
Nah, you know what's the worst? Like when you walk into a place, it's called taqueria, right? You walk in there and it's got like 103 menu items and like there's only like 4 meat options and tacos. It's like the like the corner like afterthought. It's like, why are you calling
Sure.
this place a taqueria, dude? Like,
Yeah, for sure. I've seen.
they
those
got
spots.
burgers, pastrami, enchiladas, like everything. Like talk about like Cinco de Mayo, or, Lucy's.
Do you? Is there any spot that you've ever been like, nah, this is whack? Because I'm a kind of brutally honest kind of person. So if it doesn't taste good, I'm gonna say it. I was at a Mexican restaurant in Big Bear
This
with my boy
fool right
Adrian.
here, man.
With my boy Adrian and Cody from K-Rock. We were in Big Bear. Oh, this place is bomb. Everybody was, this place is bomb. I'm all right. We went. We sat down. We ate. I ate my stuff. I was cool. And I wasn't going to say anything. I had my money to pay. The lady comes up. Oh, how was it? I go, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And she looked at me stunned like, holy shit. What are you talking? I go, the salsa came out of a can.
Yeah.
I go, you can tell. I go, this was not a good Mexican meal.
Paste picante sauce.
Yeah, and she looked at me like, holy shit. And I was just
New
like,
York City.
you asked, you know what I mean?
Like, what'd you ask me for? Don't ask me if you don't.
Is there
wanna know.
any spot that you were like, I don't want to say heartbroken, but you were like, man, I can't put these guys on blast, but I have to because they're not good.
I've done that a couple times. Very few times I've actually put a couple spots on blast because it was just like they didn't care. It's like, fool, like, come on, man. Like, you're serving me crap. Like, this is like, it's just going to make me sick, right?
And just out of curiosity, did they know that they were serving you and this was for a piece, or did you just walk in unexpected and unannounced, like, hey, I'm going to walk in on these people and
Nah,
just
it's
like
one
try?
of those spots I walk in and just try out, I like to go, like, try it out, and hopefully they don't know who I am.
Have you been to Taco Los Cholos?
Yeah.
Okay, they're good, right?
That's a fucking bomb.
Okay, across the street from the newer spot, there's a place called, and my boy knows
This
that
was
before he
Steve's
puts it
coming,
up,
bro. This was Steve's
but before my
coming.
boy puts it up, it's called Taco Rancho. Taco Rancho.
Okay.
Right across the street.
Okay.
Okay, it's a street. I mean, you'd be like, damn, they're paying a lot of money for this spot.
Yeah.
Because it's on the street. And
Here-
it is
was-
the most garbage tacos I have ever had in my life. You could put the 5 tacos I got, you could put the meat in one.
Yeah.
And it barely
Right.
make it. It was super dry. There was no one in there. That should have told us something.
Sure.
There was no one in there. And every time I've gone by and my friends go by, there's nobody in there. I don't know how. They've been there for months. And I just don't know how they do it. I don't know how they're still there. Taco Rancho, you guys suck. Bad, no, bad. See right
Is that
there.
what we're going to do? Start begging
Jerry
on
Rig.
fucking
No,
taqueria?
we're not. I just use this as a platform to be able to
Wait,
just
I got a
get off
place
my
that
chest.
I want to talk about right now too. Like,
Nah, you know what though? Because we went there with the, because you like you said, you like to give spots a chance. You
Yeah,
go in
yeah.
there. You I always like to support. Hey, there's a new taco spot. Let me get in there and try to support and buy something. And we went there and man, it was bad. It was that
Yeah,
bad.
what I'll never do is I'll never post about it, like that it's a
Sure, keep it
shitty
to-
place. I just keep it to myself. I might tell them, if they ask me, and there's a couple times they've asked me, and they're like, "Well, fuck you, then get out of here."
you do it constructive though. You tell them, hey,
I
like,
try
it's a
to,
little mild, it's a little-
I avoid it as much as possible, but sometimes they're super insistent, and if they annoy me enough, I'll be like, "All right, well, then your food was shit, dude. Like, honestly, this was shit. That was crap."
Yeah.
Usually, and they know because like I'll leave it. Like I'll bite it and
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
yeah, I'm not touching. I'll pay
Well, I got
for it,
3
and they're like, "What's wrong
tacos.
with it?"
I got 3 tacos. I only ate half of one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, God.
They're like, "All right, what was
damn.
wrong?" They're like, they see that shit, So
You're like, everything
Yeah.
was wrong, bro.
Yeah.
The meat was wrong.
Yeah, I was just, what eggs on a taco? That's like a New Jersey question right
That
here.
is a New
Coming from
Jersey
D.
question.
eggs on a taco.
Breakfast
Yeah,
tacos.
man, breakfast tacos.
Yeah, sure.
I grew up eating like my eggs with tortillas.
But see,
Yeah.
I think that's a home thing, though. I don't think anyone sells it. Because
Yeah,
you
there's
have
breakfast
tortillas.
tacos.
Is there?
No, yeah,
you
yeah,
go to
yeah.
my
Burritos.
Asadero Chicali, does the Mexicali style with the handmade flour tortillas.
Ooh.
You got to go there, yeah.
But those are more called, they don't have a name to them, the guisados, right?
yeah,
Is that a
guisados.
guisados?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have guisados, but you also have like, huevos con weenie or something
But yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
but that's a guisado, right? So you have different like stuff.
Those
but it's
Tex-Mex places.
breakfast.
Those Tex-Mex places. Have
Yeah, they do.
breakfast
They'll
tacos,
do the
too.
breakfast tacos
Yeah.
too.
But that's more like Texas, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I just said Tex-Mex.
No, but I was gonna ask him if there's
It's
a
more of
Tex-Mex
a
out
it's more of
here.
a border thing. There is
Yeah.
a Tex-Mex out here. It's called Home State.
Home
So,
State?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they make flour tortillas too, and they'll have like brisket and egg and some salsas, but they don't really dabble with like guisados.
Because I get tortillas once in a while shipped in from Texas from a place called Flores. Tortillas. Tortilla
Really?
Flores. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah. I heard that.
And
spot.
they sell a lot too. Because my last name is Flores, so I saw them on Instagram. I just popped
Oh,
up.
that's why you got them.
And then I was like, oh, I like the shirt, so I bought the shirt. Of course, they had a 3X. And then they weren't selling tortillas out this way for the moment. And then all of a sudden, I was like, hey, yeah, we're shipping.
Yeah.
So send me some, bro.
Yeah.
And they did, and they were good. They're not like what I'm accustomed to here. My father used to make the big flour thick tortillas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're a little smaller. But man, they were good. They were real
Yeah.
good. And
One tip I'll give anybody buying tortillas
Hell
out there:
yeah, let's hear this.
look at the ingredients. They should only have like 3 or 4.
Sure.
Okay, like if that shit's got like 20 ingredients and you can't read one of them, I don't care about half of them. Like, don't buy that shit. You can go to like North Gig or Vallarta. They make that shit like fresh every morning.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And I'm sure somewhere near you, there's a place that makes
There's
tortillas.
someone making them. Yeah.
They have a machine there, and they're doing
Her
tortillas.
name is.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, either or. There's
if
two.
If
have
you're
a
in Southern
machine,
California, more than
name-
likely.
Yeah.
I don't know about all the other regions.
I would think like Arizona,
Yeah.
stuff like
Sure.
that. And
This
it's
was
starting to
Steve's
pick
talking
up.
like every place is. fucking,
I know, like, oh, you got your local taqueria that you just go to and go get fresh.
And that's the
fresh
crazy
tortillas.
part. I had friends that just visited, and they're headed back, and they're he's a chef, and she's a pastry chef.
Okay.
And the first thing they drove down here to pick up one of their trailers that they got made, and they came last night, and they just turned around this morning. But we went to Milindo, Michoacan in Anaheim. It was the only
Right.
spot that was open near there, So we had some Mexican food and stuff, but they were like, "Oh, we need Mexican food, bro," because in Seattle there is nothing, bro. And and it's hard to understand why.
I was about to ask why and how is that?
Yeah, because to me it would seem simple. Like if I go to Seattle, I know what to make.
Yeah.
Right. You like I
But
know
you
how.
know-
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I know
yes.
to get it. I'm gonna get some carne asada, or something that looks like it. I'm gonna marinate it this way and
Yeah.
cook it.
There's no abuelas that moved to Seattle. You know what I mean?
Because
That know how to cook,
there is a
like,
lot of
that never
Mexicans,
happened in my
Same
like,
thing in
come
Utah.
on.
Same thing in Utah. My friend, my business partner, his dad in Utah is like, he's like, Steve, if you opened up a taco shop here, you would be making money. Just tacos. You don't even have to make anything else.
Right.
Just tacos.
And you would just be raking in the dough because no one knows how to go. And when we would go to Black Bear Diner, who's cooking in the kitchen? Mexicans,
Right.
bro.
Right.
And people work. I'm like,
How is this? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how is that? I don't understand. Is it the ingredients being this close to Mexico? Do you have any answers for us?
I do actually. There's actually some real like
Hell yeah.
yes.
Science?
No,
Let's hear
it's
it.
just some simple explanations. It's the networks, right? The immigration patterns. So like people closer to the border have more immigrant like relatives or folks that still have strong connections to the motherlands, right? So and they get a lot of stuff imported. So like tlayudas for like Oaxaqueños, like they'll make the tlayudas over there and then they ship them over here. If you want to have like a torta estilo Guadalajara, like those, like a lot of places ship the virotes, the bread from Guadalajara because they can't make it here. The climate's different, the salinity in the air.
Sure.
It all affects it, right? Yeah, and that's one of the biggest reasons. They can get like fresher achiote to make like al pastor or cochinita, like from Mexico, like, and then the heirloom, corn. If you want to make like fucking fancy tortillas, get into the blue ones, the pink ones, and shit like that. So yeah, you have like this proximity to Mexico with networks that still have strong ties to
Sure.
family and stuff down there.
Because I lived in Minnesota
Yeah.
for a while, and there's plenty of Mexicans in Minnesota. Like there was
Yeah.
plenty, but all the food was garbage, and it's like I don't understand. It's the same motherfuckers. Like, how are you not like? Come on.
So imagine you're like
like
you're let's take like El Russo for example, right? He gets like 50-pound bags of flour from his brother in Sinaloa or Sonora, I'm sorry. and he'll bring him to Tijuana, and he'll just stockpile a house. He has a house with just fucking full of harina. And then he goes down and he picks it up from Tijuana and brings it over here. Now imagine somebody in Seattle or Minnesota.
Sure.
That's like too far to carry ingredients because they're like muling this shit, you know?
So like
they're not putting in no
dealers.
FedEx, you know?
Shit.
Like, we got
And
the
you know
good
what?
shit. Man.
You're right, because when I was a kid, we used to use la piña. That was a flour. It was
Right.
called la piña.
Okay.
They don't make that shit no more. I've seen blogs of people like, where can I find la piña? That was what we used to use. All the flour now doesn't work. Or, you know, and there's suggestions, and I've tried most of them. It's not the same.
Yeah.
That flour la piña was the shit, dude. My dad used to have this container. He would get a huge, I don't know how many pounds the bag was, and dump it in there, and he had this bowl. He knew exactly what to put. and dude, every Saturday morning, bro, I would hear, he had this roller that he made out of metal, and I would hear his ring hit it, and that would wake me up every Saturday morning, bro.
That's such a nice
Tortillas,
touch to the
man.
story.
You
You'd
know
hear
what I'm
his
saying?
ring hit it.
I would hit it,
Love
hear
that.
his wedding ring hit the thing, and then I would get up. The only time I did not go right away to get a tortilla with mantequilla was when the Wild Samoans
I knew it was
were
gonna be the
fighting
Wild Samoans.
Rocky Johnson and
Tony
Tony
Atlas.
Atlas.
Thought this
for
wasn't
the
a wrestling podcast. What the hell?
WWF Tag Team Championships, bro. That's the only time I didn't run into
We're off the
them.
rails here. We're off the
I
rails.
knew we
I
were
had to throw it
getting
in
to the
there. I had
Wild
to throw it in
Samoans.
there. I
knew
had
we
to
were
throw it
going
in there.
I'm not gonna lie, because as soon as you started talking the story, who did you name at first? Like
El Ruso.
Russo, and at first I thought I heard Rudos. So now I'm thinking like Mexican bad guys importing flour with their mask on in this fucking movie. As I'm following this story, like, oh no, not the Rudos. I'm like, all right.
There's a network of fucking bad guys fucking importing flour.
It's crazy
man.
because I seen El Russo again on Instagram. You know how you get those other people's like, you know, follow, you should follow. And I went and I got some of his tacos. They're bomb, dude. Now I
Yeah.
know why they're that good.
Yeah. And it's
Hell
a
yeah.
completely different style, too. Like, his fucking asada, he just got quality meat, right? And he just salts it, and that's about it. That's it. You know, he doesn't put, like, his meat, his tacos are raw. The frijoles are
Yeah.
raw. The chile's just fucking, the árbol spicy as fuck,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And
right
that's
down the alley,
the
bro.
tortillas. Yeah, it's all about that tortilla.
It's on this little alley, and there's a little flag, and that you get off, and then, dude, when I went, you see, like, white kids, like, with their things, you know, and Asian,
Sure.
everyone, like, it's just,
They're all
you know,
scared
explode.
touching their phones. Like, "Am I in
Marty,
the
I
right
think it's
place?"
Yeah.
Is there taco culture in other places?
Not as strong as LA. But Texas definitely has a strong taco culture.
Because there's the board, like
Yeah.
there's a bunch of like, come on, we got a state called New fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I like? There's all. Like,
But they
you
have
know,
a different style.
Yeah, like in New Mexico, you'll have like they have a lot of chile, like hatch chiles, Anaheim chile, shit like that. So you'll see a lot of like their chile verde or like tacos with green chiles, you know. So you'll see more of that style, or even like chile colorado, you know, like which is
Or the hatch chili they send out here.
the hatch chile that they send out here. They grow that in New Mexico. So yeah, so
So
each
is there-
region has their own little.
is
No
there a
picante.
reason?
I'm sorry.
Is there a reason that like tacos became Los Angeles?
Proximity.
Who doesn't fucking love a taco, man?
Well, because that's what I'm saying.
like I was just
How is it not everywhere else? Like,
Right.
my question isn't why do we
Oh.
love tacos?
well, yeah.
It's like why the fuck isn't tacos huge every place else? You know?
Because they don't have the ingredients, like
They
you were
don't have
saying.
the ingredients. They don't have those networks. Like a lot of the taqueros here, like that's not their primary job. You know,
Sure.
they're fucking working construction, landscaping, plumbing. They run their
That's why my
asses
house
home.
isn't getting done, bro. They're fucking selling tacos and not fucking getting this shit done.
Like, I can't come on Saturday, man.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
doing
big day.
tacos, bro.
But anyways, yeah, man. I think it's the proximity, the networks too. You know, plus like if you go, I've traveled around. I went to like all Southwest, all the way to Tennessee, up Kansas, came back to the mid states. And I was trying tacos all over the place. I was like, man, why are these so fucking different? You know, that's
You put in work. That's taco work, bro.
That is taco
Shit.
work. That's why I was asking the
Well,
question.
thank you for putting in that
Yeah,
fucking work. Now I don't
you
have to fucking
serious
do
business, man.
a man of the people here.
it. Here's another question, and I get different answers. LA, do we have better tacos in San Diego?
Oh shit, we're about to start a fight right now.
No, because people that live in San Diego, and one of my goddaughters, she's going to school, and she's like, Nino, there ain't no good tacos up here, bro.
I'm
My
gonna
niece-
just tell you one. I'm gonna ask everybody one thing. When you're driving to like south of the border, right? Do you stop in San Diego for tacos, or do you go to TJ for tacos?
Exactly.
Right?
But yeah, no, for sure. But I wanted to know why. Like, is it because they're immigrating and they're not going to stop in San Diego and stay and they're just gonna make it all the way up to LA. Now this is where it's at.
No, I just don't think. I don't know. I don't think there's a. I'm gonna use a word I love here. A plethora of tacos in San Diego.
Hell yeah, like fucking.
No, because there is here.
Guapo.
Because I live in Orange County, and they're popping up everywhere now.
We're also like a lot bigger than San Diego. Like,
Sure.
a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And like we're more diverse. We got way more neighborhoods. Down there, San Diego, not so much. It's either pretty white,
Sure.
Pretty rich.
pretty rich, and Latinos are like in small areas, and they build freeways over their neighborhoods and shit. So it's a little different that way too.
Chicano
Okay.
Park.
I think the culture lends itself here in Los Angeles because it's so fucking huge. You can't really put the culture down. Over there, San Diego's constantly trying to put the culture down.
Is Tacos El Gordo good? Because they get hype. They get hype.
They get hype, but
I don't know why.
Vegas, and then they have one right there in San Diego.
Tacos El Gordo is good if you're drunk as shit or hungover, and that's like the closest thing to you.
You know what? That's
know?
that's the
That's the-
worst because you can't do the fucking taco math because now you got to stand in one stupid fucking
you
line.
want
for
suadero now?
asada.
Go over there.
Go and get
Over
that
there,
other
yeah.
line.
Oh,
Like,
that's true, though?
Yeah.
No, that's true,
Wait,
dude.
what? I don't
I've stand in
understand.
those stupid fucking lines. You
Yeah.
gotta roll up with like 4 dudes if you want a little bit of every fucking taco.
I don't understand.
You gotta stand in line per fucking meat. Carne asada has its own line. You want fucking pastor it has
stupid.
its own line.
It's fucking retarded.
Fucking
dude.
stupid.
And then if you want to fucking pay, you got to go to another line.
It's a different
By
line.
the time you sit down, your tacos are cold as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking ridiculous.
Holy shit.
So
That's why I'm
It
glad I've never
seems
gone.
Super inefficient.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The reason they do it though is because it is kind of I'll give them this. They have a tight setup. Like you'll have like the vapor setup. You'll have the trompo setup. You'll have
Sure.
the grill with the asada setup. Like they actually grill their asada. It's not on the fucking plancha. Like they'll have so they have their stations. Like and they
They
do
have it
each
dialed
one.
in and set up right.
But they still don't fucking produce great quality tacos either. So
they
whatever.
don't.
Man, so they
Whoa.
got all the shit.
Yeah.
All the bells and whistles,
Yeah.
but still don't have.
Don't run it properly.
all sizzle, no
Don't
steak,
cook it
man. All
properly.
sizzle,
Yeah.
no steak.
Tacos El Carbón.
The one in East LA?
The one at South Atlantic.
Yeah, those fucking places are bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that one. I want to hit that one. They do these little ribs,
Yeah.
and they serve a big stack of ribs and tortillas on top. That's shit. And they also have other stuff like huaraches, and they have tacos and stuff like that. I'm gonna ask everything, dog. Why waste my time and go here? It's already been.
100%.
Let me get it in.
I'm here to learn.
So
Okay.
let me ask: when you come across a new taco, new vendor, are you asking for the bells and whistles? Or are you actually trying the taco like plain first before you start adding any salsa to get the actual taste of what it is they're creating before you start dousing it with other external flavors?
I have them serve me the taco the way they serve it.
Okay.
So, like, how do you serve it? That's how I want it. And then if I have to add my own shit, then I'll add my own shit. But preferably if they have a style, cool. Like, I'd like to know what their style is. And then before I bite the whole thing, I taste the meat. I got to make sure the meat's good.
By itself.
Yeah, I'll taste the salsa separately, and then I'll go in for the bite, And then
But you
I'll
have to give them their opportunity to serve you what they think is
Their
their
specialty.
taco.
Exactly, yeah.
Put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, oh, I ate your tacos that were shit. Well, that wasn't our specialty,
Yeah,
bro.
fool, we don't do pollo. Like, what are you
Yeah,
saying?
bro, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
You'll see me digging in there for the meat and shit sometimes. Like, pull out some meat.
What's his name? The actor Trejo Tacos.
Trejo's tacos, they gotten better. When they first opened, I didn't like him. The tortilla was cold. It was too thick. It was like cardboardy a little bit.
Overrated.
Yeah. It's not like the best tacos, but he's got his audience.
Those are
he's got his
tourist tacos.
clientele.
You know what I mean? They're trying to
Yeah.
get tourists.
They're not bad. I like them. I mean,
I haven't
They've
had
gotten
it.
better.
they've gotten better. Like I'd put them above average.
Oh, that's
Not-
all you can ask for.
Yeah. So, but I fuck with them sometimes. The burritos more than anything.
Okay, here's another good question. Should a taco be super
I like how Steve
expensive?
decides it's a good question before.
Like-
Here's another good
Here's a
question.
Like people trying to make maybe I'm wrong, but you would know better. Like make it Mexican food more expensive or more fancy.
I
You know
was
what I'm
going to
saying?
ask the same, like fancy
think-
tacos.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a complicated issue, obviously.
exactly.
Right? It's a complicated issue. Like, look, if you're on the street and you're just fucking cooking whatever fucking cheap asada you found at the store and meats and you're just making some quick salsa and tortillas and you got no overhead and shit like that, I ain't paying you $5 for that taco, right? Like, you got to be fair. Okay, $1.50, $2 depending on the size. Fair. Make your money's worth, right? if I'm at a restaurant, right, like Tacos Los Cholos, right, and they got some fucking prime rib tacos and shit like that, like those fucking nice cuts of meat, you know, or they're shaving the bone down for you, the rib, like, all right, okay, I'll pay more for those tacos, right? Yeah, charge me $3.50, you know, I'll pay fucking $3.50. I might pay for it if I'm that hungry. Fuck it, good meat, I'm down.
Because they do have filet mignon and stuff.
Yeah, they have some quality ass meats. Fucking, you know, like if it's a $5, I'll pay fucking for a filet mignon. I'll fucking pay up there. You know, so yeah, pay what it's worth. I also don't like that people cheapen it. Like I feel like a lot of that comes like from a white mentality that they think like, oh man, like fuck this. Like I'm a mole for that plate's $15. No, I ain't paying no $15 for mole, right? But you think about mole. That's it's like 32 fucking ingredients,
Sure.
right? They're old recipes passed down through generations. Everybody makes a different one. There's culture. There's history. There's whole kinds of technique and time that goes into making some shit like that. You know, like that should be like, all right, that should be some fine dining fucking food right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And because you always have that one tia that makes the bomb ass mole and everyone else is just trying.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what you get. If you're getting a really good mole, yeah, it should be worth that. I've gone to right there in Cerritos, Amores Tacos. And
Yeah.
They do the mole tots and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So places like that, you know. So
I think Wes Avila said it once. The guy from Guerrilla Tacos, you know, has his own spot, Angry Eat It. He's like, if you fucking go to a restaurant and buy a scallop, you know, you'll fucking pay like $40 for that scallop, right? Oh, it's Michelin star restaurant with a fucking nice buttered up scallop, you know. The moment you put that shit on a tortilla, nobody's gonna pay more than $5 for it.
$12.
Yeah.
you go to Puerto Nuevo, you're like, fuck you, dog. I wanted 2 lobsters for $10.
Yeah.
You know? That is very true, man.
That is
you know?
absolutely
It's just who's
true.
serving it to you.
Exactly. So should tacos be cheap just because they're on a tortilla?
No,
Right?
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Like you said, it depends where you're getting it. If you're standing outside of a club and that shit, you're in line, you know, you expect to pay the line prices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that's $12 a taco right there.
Nah. But if you go to, like you said, and you know, throw another shout out to those cholos. If you're going there and you're getting the prime cuts, because they do have it says prime cuts, it says medium cuts, and then it has the asadas and all that there. So you know what you're getting into before you do it.
Exactly.
What do you think about everyone doing like the birria now? That's the hot thing. It goes in waves, right?
I'm so fucking over it, dude.
Because at first it was TJ tacos, right? At first it was TJ with all the guacamole on it and stuff.
And then the TJ style birria, and then Instagram made it fucking famous with the consomme
Quesadillas, yeah.
the quesadilla with
Pollo Loco has fucking birria tacos now.
Shut up.
You know
Nasty.
what's you know what's crazy about that fucking commercial though that I don't understand? Like everyone's hyping the consomme, right? They're dipping, but it's not a Pollo Loco. They look like they're at food trucks and at home and like everyone else's food.
Well, all those guys are foodies guys off of YouTube and stuff.
No, right, but it doesn't look like they're reviewing fucking.
Oh, like it's not that.
No,
taco.
it's just they are consomme from wherever it is that they
Like,
got it
this
from.
is awesome. Not at
It's
Del
not from
Taco, but
Taco Bell. Oh, yeah, Pollo Loco. And you know what, too? When I seen the commercial, that consomme doesn't look like consomme from
You
a
know what it
birria
tastes
spot.
like? You ever tasted that sauce, the hot sauce they put in a bean and cheese burrito at Taco Bell?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
It tastes like that. Damn. Just hot and like with
I
more
mean, that's
water.
good inside the bean burrito at Taco Bell.
I'm about to say like you're not steering me away from it, but obviously now my expectations are extremely
Just
low.
water it down. Water it down. Basically, it's not that
Watered
good.
down, yeah. They also, I remember during Christmas, they were doing pozole,
we didn't get to try
all
that.
kinds of crazy stuff, man. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like, you know, it is what it is. Their chicken was good when they first came out. It was bomb. You know, people, you know, it was chicken is chicken. Chicken's not too hard to mess up, I would say.
I always went for the flour tortillas. I always liked them. They're
Yeah.
chewy as fuck. Yeah.
I mean, I have yet to ever come across a bad consomme because we even hit up this place in TJ named
Yeah.
Walter's Tacos. Out of all things, Walter's Tacos.
Tijuana.
And fuck, that was some
was
bomb ass
delicious.
Bomb ass consomme.
I've had terrible fucking consomme.
Yeah?
The shit tasted like tap water. You know, you just
Damn.
like bad tap water. You know,
Jesus
where like they haven't
Christ.
changed the pipes out in years.
Oh.
Tap water.
Sounds like Compton water.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping that the seasoning would change it. Shit.
Mm.
Here's a question that I have to. Jack in the Box tacos, man. Do you fuck
Hilarious.
I fuck with some Jack.
Hell
yeah.
with those? There's something about those, right? Those are like
Hell yeah,
midnight after
dude.
the club.
Soy-based
They
protein,
just,
right? Not
they
meat.
just hit different, dude.
Yeah.
And when you get a good one, because and I will mention that.
Good
great-
one. Dude.
A good one.
A good one?
That's crunchy. It has the lettuce in it, clean. It has the cheese.
You always gotta
Everything's
order
perfect.
extra hot sauce on
Oh,
the
for
side.
sure.
Of course.
For sure.
Always, though.
By the way, I can see Steve. Hey, I want 2 tacos, but give me the good ones.
Give me the good ones,
no,
man.
no,
The
no,
ratio
no,
is
no, no.
right.
Please put your best fucking dude on it. Don't
Yeah,
give
give
me
me
no
the
fucking
good taco
bullshit.
maker. Give me
Yeah.
the good guy.
No, you do not ask for him because it's Jack in the Box.
Sure, you just gotta hope.
You just hope that this guy back there he's just starting his shift and he's into it.
He's in a
today,
good mood.
and he's gonna make him because you've had. I don't know if you can really have a shitty
Oh,
Jack in the
you
Box
sure
taco,
for sure can.
but
Can just throw a little more hot sauce on
yeah.
it.
It's all, you know what I mean? Where it's all just shell and lettuce. Like that's all
Or
it
like
is.
it's like 4 little
God
strips
damn.
of lettuce. Like, why are you stingy with the lettuce? fool?
but then you get those ones that are so bomb, and you're like, "Fuck! I should order 2 more of those bitches."
Now you're making me hungry. Here, I got one for you though. You know what? You know what kind of meat that is?
I didn't.
Yeah,
say soy,
soy base.
Soy base.
Yeah, soy
Yeah.
base. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But does it have meat in it at all?
No.
or
No.
They're vegetarian.
Yeah,
They're not vegan, but they're vegetarian.
yeah. It's
Okay.
not vegan because of the oil,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh, so it's not even meat.
yeah. Oh, they have cheese. That's too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. yeah.
wait, externally or in that fucking paste?
No,
Cheese?
externally.
No, they
they
have
have
cheese
slice
in
of
like a
orange
cheddar,
cheese.
yeah.
Oh, okay, just making sure because I wasn't sure if they mixed it into the paste and
that's
like
got
no,
that.
then they throw the extra piece of fucking square that doesn't belong in a regular taco anyway.
A slice of cheese.
That actually, I might try that actually.
Do you? Is there anything else that you could? I see on your page, chilaquiles, burritos, tortas,
Oh yeah.
a little bit of everything. What's your favorite like meal? Like if you know you know what? It's either this or that. Enchiladas. Like what's that one thing that you're like? Fuck.
Oh man, if I see like some costillas in Chile, you know, some costillitas con salsa de molcajete or some shit like that.
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, Mario.
It's not
Make it
on there,
happen.
but like
No,
it's basically
we're
like
looking
pork
up on the
ribs
internet.
chopped up, like drenched in sauce and cooked in that sauce.
Hell yeah.
And for hours, they just bubbling in there, and the
Yeah.
bones you just pull it right out. And then if you have an old lady back there cooking the flour, the corn
Yeah.
by hand,
Yeah.
and she brings it a little stacky, and then you just get some beans and some queso
A
fresco
little
on top.
stacky.
Yeah. It's got to be spicy too, you know. The
Yeah.
whole experience, like, oh yeah, it's hot. You know,
That's the
you're
one thing
chewing
about
on it, you're
salsas,
getting
man.
The bones off of it, just get in there. You know.
Hell yeah.
You know the salsa's bomb when it's like burning your lips, and you're like, fuck, this pain in a sense sucks, but I mean it really doesn't suck. But you know what I mean? Like you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, my lips are burning, but you're like, it's
I'm gonna dunk this back in there. Yeah.
It's so good. I'm gonna get more chips.
Let me ask, because I'm sure you do all kinds of odds and ends of taco spots and unique unicorn of fucking places, right? Because everyone
Yeah.
has a taco spot. Like my taco spot's the best. But what about like these other famous chains, if you will, like Gallo Hiro,
King Taco.
Tacos
Los Únicos.
Tacos Únicos.
Gavilan.
There you go.
Let me
Like,
tell you. Let me give you my impression really quick before we get the professional impression. I think places like that, like King Taco, and that, it all comes with the experience you had.
Sure.
Or sometimes, oh, my dad used to take us there after Dodger games. Oh, because I've been there, and I'm sorry, they suck.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia that goes
But
into
but
it.
I think
yeah.
and I think that usually is when someone comes up to me and goes, "Oh, you should have had this place is so bomb. Did you go when you were a kid?" Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I have to think about it because now I understand that it's bringing back memories. I have spots like
Yeah.
that myself.
I think
know?
the best example of that is like Tito's Tacos on the west side.
Hey, we were talking about the Tito's in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, like Tito's Tacos is the perfect example. I grew up on the west side. I love Tito's Tacos, you know, and people will knock me on that. Oh, you're a taco guy. You love Tito's. They suck. Fuck you.
They're
don't care.
delicious.
It's nostalgia. I grew up with them, right? They're not good tacos. I'll tell you that. The beef is dry.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're not great. But you just throw a bunch of that salsa in there, that guacamole. I personally prefer the burrito just with everything on it. I'm fucking gonna eat 2 of those motherfuckers. But it's nostalgia, you know? I'm not gonna recommend people to go there. If people ask me like, oh, what's a good taco there? I'm not gonna say go to Tito's Tacos.
Go to Tito's Tacos, man.
You know,
You're gonna love it.
that's like a neighborhood spot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And it always has a line.
Yeah.
It's pretty, people
Yeah.
like it. How about Allen B's?
Island Bees is great, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
You know who? Brad took me to Allen B's for my first time because his daddy had a company right there, right next to it, and he would always go there. And one time we were in that area, doing, I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something in that area. And he's like, oh, we got to stop at. He ordered like 4 burritos to take home, put in the freezer just because he wanted, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell's up with this shit? So, you know, we got him. And yeah, I'm a big, when I find chicharron and salsa, I'm down.
Yeah.
I love me some chicharron. So I got that there. And yeah, man, I just wanted to get your opinion on these.
Yeah, it's fucking delicious, dude. I think the secret to a good burrito place, like, they have to have good beans. I think a lot of LA overlooks the beans, and they just like the cooking with just salt and water, and it's like, all right, you're just making beans and throwing it in this shit.
Yeah.
But if a burrito's got some really good refried beans, and it's like usually in lard or maybe some of the carnitas pork fat that, you know, for like, dude, like that just changes the fucking burrito right
So
there.
I was just, I could never, there was this place that I loved their burritos, and I could never put my finger on that's what it fucking was.
Yeah.
It was the beans were the shit.
Exactly.
Like that. That's for sure what it was.
It's
God
exactly
damn.
Do you know what I hate, though, in a burrito? Is frijoles de olla.
Yeah, it's got to be refried.
It has to
that?
be refried,
It's got to be
bro.
refried.
The
yeah.
ones that are just like, so when you make beans in a pot, it's frijoles de olla because they're like a soup. Like
Oh, get
broth,
the fuck out
And they
of
pull
here.
out the beans, the whole
No,
beans, and they put them in there with the
no,
rice.
No,
Yeah.
No, they
not
have to be
acceptable.
refried.
Yeah.
It's usually with rice too, and rice in a burrito. I mean, that's a controversial topic. A lot of people don't think rice belongs in a burrito. I don't like my burritos with rice. I don't see a problem with it. You can throw whatever the fuck you want in a burrito, as far as I'm concerned. But I prefer no rice in it. It's got to be like beans, meat, and salsa. Maybe some cebolla and cilantro. That's about it. That's
So
the
no
perfect burrito.
lettuce, like Del Taco, all that shit. That was the first time I ever had lettuce in a burrito when I had a Del Taco one. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know
That
what I
is
mean?
spectacular.
Yeah.
I always feel so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because there's a taco truck right on my way home, and I eat that like 4 nights a week. I fucking stop at this truck, and like hearing like Goofy Valley white people like order Mexican food for it's always like, God damn, man, come on, don't come like that. Like, oh, can I get lettuce and a tomato?
Extra sour cream.
I'm like, well, they don't have no tomatoes back there. Like, what are you talking? Get out of here!
Yeah.
It's the fucking worst. I always feel.
This is one advice I'll give anybody, white or brown, whatever the fuck. Don't ever ask if the salsa's spicy at a taco truck.
Sure.
Just fucking try it, okay? Just try it.
You know what, when I was a
don't
kid-
ask.
when
Is
I
it
was a
spicy?
kid-
Like, just fucking get it.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I'd be like, Mom, is it hot? She would say, es chile.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, what's the point of having a salsa if it ain't spicy? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? It's just sauce now, you know?
Yeah, she was like,
ketchup.
"Bob,
No,
yeah.
it's ketchup.
Hey, is it hot? She goes, is chile full? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, what do
Like,
you
if it
think?
ain't hot, then I'm not eating it.
Yeah, what's
you
the
know?
fucking point?
Because
Like, I
I've been,
hope so. You're like, I fucking hope so.
I've been
yeah.
into like chile de mordidas, and it just tastes like water. Like, there's no heat to it. And it's disappointing.
Yeah.
You want to get that burn. Another thing I wanted to ask you too, El Pastor, that comes from Arab descent. Is that true? Hold on, let me tell you what I've learned,
Okay.
and you tell me that the Arabs brought that, and it was lamb, or maybe I don't know if it was Arabs, but someone from that region brought it to Mexico, and it was lamb. And because there was not a lot of lamb in Mexico, but there was more pork, they did the pork style.
Exactly correct. Yeah, actually, from Lebanon, the Lebanese brought
Lebanese,
it.
there you go.
So you guys ever had shawarma?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Somebody
Okay.
brought the shawarma pit over here, and then we decided to do it with pork and rub it with like that marinade. And there's a couple different styles. There's the DF style trompo,
Yeah.
and there's the TJ style trompo. Those are the 2 popular ones you can get in LA. So if you go to like Leo's or what's the one off of Slauson and the 110? I forgot the name. Well, if you go to like Leo's, and they'll have the DF style. If you go to like Angels Tijuana, they'll have like the TJ style, right? And the way you can tell the difference is that the DF one is browner, and the TJ one is bright red. And
Okay.
one of the big differences is that like the TJ one, they put a lot of achote in it, which is like this red paste, and that makes it redder.
2 questions. Do they cut it off? How do you like it? Cut off straight to the taco or on the plancha to give it a little crust? 1. Number 2, piña, no piña. I don't like the piña.
A lot of people don't do the piña right. I think the only people that do the piña right are Leos. They're the only ones that I've had that does the piña right, where the piña still gets roasted and it changes the flavor.
Sure.
It's not as acidic or bitter. It's a little bit more of a caramelized sweetness to it. That's beautiful. If they throw that shit in raw, or they just throw the piña in the plancha and like in chunks, like that doesn't work, And yeah, I think if there's a trompo, in the trompo, can properly roast the ends of it as it's spinning in the spit with the fire, and then just cut it straight onto the tortilla, I think that's beautiful. But a lot of them don't because they're in a rush and they just got to get it going and they're going to have a line. So
Sure.
they just cut it down and throw it on the plancha and cook it that way. And I'm just like,
It still sounds good right now. I was like, that's still good. I'll eat
I
that.
seen how he cut it too right now. I was like,
That's what in my mind I saw it too.
Yeah.
I saw it too.
And I saw the crispy ends on it too. I was like,
revealing
wow.
the little, and it comes down like in little ribbons too, little layered ribbons. It's absolutely beautiful.
Like if there was a thunderstorm of El Pastor coming down, I'm down. There's a taco spot that does a bunch of different trompos. I think it's 18 something or it's a numbered taco spot in downtown.
With different trompos?
Yeah.
You're talking about Avenue 26?
No, 18 something, 1885, 1980.
1986.
Yeah, 1986
Is that
tacos.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are good. They actually they have a what? So this is the other difference, right? So al pastor is what the F style is called. TJ calls it adobada. Adobada just means marinated. So al pastor is also marinated. They just don't call it al pastor and TJ. So what they have is adobada, because it's a TJ style taco place.
Okay.
That's two dudes that are from Tijuana. Yeah, they make a decent trompo, and the secret menu item there is que perron, which is a flour tortilla with like some grilled cheese on it, and then they'll throw a little bit of frijoles with that meat and guacamole, and that's a fucking great taco.
There's one right by my house, and I've never gone in there just because of the sign. Like the font of it throws me off. But now, if you're saying it's good, I'll go. Because it just kind of looks like what's this 1986 taco?
They turn a lot of people off because they market specifically to like a different crowd, like the whole Santa Monica.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like it's geared towards, which immediately was like, I don't know. Not that I was against it, but I wasn't going to go out of my way to go here. It's like, that just looks like some fucking
they're
taco
two
place.
Mexican-ass dudes from Tijuana, and that's how they built it. They have a smart business plan, and they're the people that are willing to pay like, $350 a taco
100%.
for those guys.
Yeah.
And go get it. Fuck it, People hate on it, but, smart business.
Now, you said you went to Monterrey. Do they have a different style trompo there? The res, no?
No, I haven't had one there. No, I haven't tried it.
Because I follow these guys, Big in Fashion, Babyface, and Angel. These guys are huge guys. And they're called Big in Fashion, and they go eat tacos callejeros. That's what they do. And they've just been exploding, man. Big in Fashion. La Marraniza is their podcast. And they always go and they eat these trompos, but they're beef.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to pork.
It's shawarma, basically.
Yeah. And so they have them out here,
Hilarious.
too, right? No, because they have them out here.
Back full circle. That's what
Because they have the tacos árabe out here, right? There's a couple spots.
Tacos árabe is a little different, too. So they have they make a tortilla that's more like a pita bread. So it's like a pita bread meets a flour tortilla, made a baby. That's what they have.
Sold.
Yeah. And they make
sounds
a really
delicious.
good, I think it's a chipotle type of ketchup-y sauce. It's not ketchup, it just looks like it. It's very, it'll stain your fingers. It's fucking delicious. And the family, it's their recipe. It's their old recipe. And people have tried to buy it off of them, like for thousands of dollars. Like we're talking about like in the tens and 50s and maybe the hundreds. Damn. Yeah. That's a great fucking truck right there.
Is there any other kind of foods that we should be looking out in the street scene?
Ooh,
well, you know what?
This.
Let me interject real quick. You were talking about different style trompos. You should hit up Evil Cooks.
I had them at Michelada Rumble once.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They weren't doing the black
octopus
trompo. They
That's
weren't at
just
the
crazy.
time.
The Poseidon.
Yeah. How is that?
That's fucking delicious.
What are they called?
Evil Cooks.
Evil Cooks. They have like a rock, like they're big rockers, the husband and the wife, and
We should have them on the show just to get a trompo in here. For the 100th show, have him come out.
I'll
and
probably
do a
burn
trompo.
this place down and light that shit on fire.
Yeah.
You got to see when it gets it going. He literally got a blowtorch and he just fucking lights that shit. It's fucking badass, dude. It's rock and roll.
Yeah, no, I had them a long time ago at a Michelada Rumble, but they were not doing that octopus trompo.
Yeah.
No.
So they have a black asada trompo. And
Yeah.
they have a black pulpo one.
But what makes it black?
So it's basically based on this recipe. It's an old like Mayan technique, Mayan recipe where they char like chiles, like they'll burn the fucking chiles, and they make a paste out of that with some other spices, and it's black paste. It comes out black, and it's really good though. Yeah,
Really good flavor.
yeah, really good flavor.
Is it spicy?
I was just about to ask if it was spicy.
It's chile.
It's chili.
Yeah. So other foods that we're missing that because we're so in entrenched with tacos, is there stuff out there? Like I know for a while, the border dogs, the bacon wraps.
Sure.
Those shits were huge for a minute, know. And they're still out there. You can still get them.
Yeah, those are kind of like a after event kind of tradition.
Oh yeah. So is there anything that we're missing that we're not seeing? Like marisco trucks. What else is out there that we should be looking out for that we can be hitting?
Well, I think one of the things that LA has really great is mariscos, dude.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fucking good-ass mariscos here. And I have, like, my own personal list of 10. I should publish it one day. But, yeah, dude, I think seafood in LA is always underrated and underappreciated. I love me some good ceviche. You've had that, but that you've been to that event over there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's one. Another one, there's a lot of Oaxacan food, too. I don't know if you guys have ever reached out for Oaxacan food. There's a lot of great Oaxacan restaurants, especially in the west side too.
There's one right by my house in the valley that I ate at, and it was fun.
Yeah,
but everything there is way different. I remember I asked for a quesadilla and there was no cheese in it.
Wait,
that's
what?
a DF style quesadilla.
Yeah, it just had meat in it and stuff, but there was because it was just folded like one.
It's fried.
And it was like but there was no. You were
Sticky.
like, what?
There was no glue.
Yeah,
where's the glue, man?
It's like an empanada almost.
Sure.
But they make something like that out here too. There's a taco. I don't know what the name of the taco spot is though. But they deep fry the tacos. They split them open, and then those have cheese and stuff. And they add the lettuce and all this stuff. Them shit, they look bomb.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, those are fucking delicious. Those are not that easy to find. I found a truck that has like guajolotes, which is like the torta with the tamal in it.
Oh, damn.
Or tortas with chilaquiles. I have that.
Chilaquile burritos.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, there's one spot in Outwater Village. It's off the 5. They make, it's a little hole in the wall. It's called Villa Corona or whatever the fuck. And I wanted to take a picture of it. I was like, hey, give me the chilaquile burrito with nopales. And they're like, all right, cool. So that guy makes it. Just a dude, like, he fucking hates his life there. But he makes some bomb-ass burritos. And I was like, hey, man, you mind cutting that shit in half? I'm like, man, fuck no, eat your burrito. I was like, okay, my bad.
Cut your own burrito.
Yeah, bro. How about, and I also seen lately is the cheese that they put down on the plancha, and then they put the burrito over it, and then they roll it in that cheese and make it crispy.
Yeah. They call that like queso chicharrón. That's the technical term for it.
Yeah.
Or chicharrón de queso, my bad. But yeah, when they put the grill, though, like it's usually like a mozzarella, right? And they put it on the plancha, and it melts, and it gets like nice and brown on one side and still melted on the other. So they will put the burrito over it, and it just the melted side latches on.
It's
There's
poetry.
There's just like
Poetry.
people out there trying to think of ways to ruin my life. You know what I
No,
mean?
for
There's
sure.
Like, there's like, I know how we can hypnotize this fat fuck. Like we're gonna roll the burrito and cheese.
Oh, no, not only that, they'll throw like jalapenos in it. That's like low-key burritos.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. They do that. They throw jalapenos on the cheese, and then they roll it over, so you're just like...
But is it spicy?
Damn. and authentic.
They
It's
also
spicy and
throw
authentic.
the bacon on them now, bacon wrap burritos.
Yeah.
You're getting crazy out there, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? At the Michelada Rumble, there's a 7-course cup.
That's very
You have
true.
7 courses in your cup. Everything is
Nah.
extreme
Yeah,
nowadays.
that is very fucking true.
I will say that, doing events of this nature and the food related, I've seen the Michelada go from one thing to a different, and I've seen crazy shit that they tried to do and didn't work. Or
Like
might have worked.
trends that went away in micheladas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
know.
they were crazy here, man. But if you had one in Mexico,
Well, see, that's the thing. I've only had them not in like deep Mexico, but I've had them in Puerto Nuevo and that. And one time I went there and I asked, and he's like, "Do you want them how you make them there or here?"
right?
And then they have different ones. So they have
That's-
a enclamatonada, they have a michelada, and they have a michi, which is just lime salt, and ice with the beer. So I mean,
That
So yeah, the
Different-
michelada over there is just straight lemon juice and salt.
Yeah.
That's it.
that sounds good.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them say because that's how at least like growing up, I saw my uncles prepare all their beers, right? And I do
Yeah.
so that you pop open a beer and just put salt and lime on top. There's here's a chela.
for the tecates, I always saw people they would put lime, salt, and then put a little tapatio in it on the tecates.
Yeah.
But I never saw any other beer them do that to any other beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used to always make it mine with
Yeah.
tapatio in it.
And then after that, I saw, people would buy the little clamato, pour it in their cup, and then all of a sudden it just hit, bro.
Yeah.
I will say we were the first festival. I'm not saying we're the first micheladas, but we're first festival. And I seen people put nachos on top, esquite on top, huge shrimp, small shrimp, I mean,
2
you
foot
name it.
drinks.
Yeah.
2 foot. Like, it's fucking.
There's a lady.
Like
that-
whole skewers with like sliders and chicken
Oh,
wings
yeah.
and
Like, get
pizza and
outta
shit.
here.
There's a lady
man.
now. She La Nalgona. She does like a licuadora, and it has like a bouquet of like fruits and shit, bro. Like everyone, dude. Gummy bears, gummy
Yeah.
worms.
In Mexico,
like,
that's what I was gonna say, man. They'll have like all kinds of candy on that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like fuck. I just want a beer.
Yeah. It's like, nah, this doesn't come with beer. This
No, it comes with diabetes. Here, have
yeah.
it.
and the trends keep like going because then after that there was like a lot of the cups were popular, then the mix was popular. Now it's just all of it.
Yeah.
If you got it, they'll buy it, and it's like, yeah, the cups are popular, the mix is popular, the preparadas ones are popular. Now it's just like, and I'm glad that it's. I thought it was gonna be like a phase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just come and
No,
go.
It's
that's
getting
just-
bigger.
no.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger. I was walking in North Hollywood, walking around, and it's like regular ass bars on their like sandwich board, on their sandwich boards outside. Will have like Michelada written. It's like,
Bro, I was walking the Venice boardwalk, and literally, like, there's in 2 different spots. There's like 2 families, like with their kids and shit, like a husband and wife with like some coolers and like clamato and beers, and just fucking selling like micheladas on the fucking.
I
sidewalk,
came out
dude.
of I came out of the Misfits show a couple years ago at the new stadium in LA in downtown, like
Yeah.
by the
Bank of
Coliseum,
California.
Bank of California. And as we were leaving to go, there's a guy out there selling modelos, bro, and tomato cups, and he's just like,
I know what's up, yeah.
and everybody was like, "Fuck, I'll take one for the road." I was like,
Yeah.
"Shit, there's a lot of traffic."
How much
here."
for the cooler, man?
Nah, it was crazy. Like I know hot dogs and stuff like that. You know, this guy had a big ice chest full of modelos. Here
he's
you
a
go.
big thinker, man.
Oh,
he's
hey.
a big thinker.
Hustler of the
He
year.
sold out for sure. For sure sold out. Man, we need to get a little article on LA Taco for sure about micheladas and how it began out here with Michelada
Well, actually,
Rumble.
that was my very first write-up. I partnered with my boy Cesar Hernandez, who's now is a critic for San Francisco Chronicle, like one of those anonymous critics. But my first piece was with him, and we did a michelada list around LA, but that was back in like 2018.
But I'm talking about the event itself, Michelada Rumble.
Yeah.
The first,
Oh, Michelada Rumble?
The
Yeah.
first event ever, October 2015. The godfather of Michelada festivals, first one.
right.
Because every other festival that's come out, those people literally came to me and go like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, bro. It's a great idea." And I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
all right." And you know what the great part is? I've been doing it that long, and there's still people that have never heard of us.
Do
Sure.
you think you're the only festival or the first
Not
one?
anymore.
Oh no, the first one, yeah,
For sure?
For sure.
Or in
yeah.
the nation or California?
California,
Yeah.
yeah, Southern California for sure.
It might be the nation because, shit starts over here too.
Right.
Well, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, yeah,
That where is that? Where else is it gonna start?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because no
There
one
was
else had a Michelada festival.
Yeah.
Because at the time when I did it and started it, there weren't even Michelada companies. There was people doing Micheladas out of their houses.
Right.
Because our first winner, Michi Mix One, now they have a restaurant. In La Puente, I think it is. It's called Michi Mix One, and they do the restaurant. I went to give them their check because we gave $1,000 to the winner. It was, and they had their setup in front of their house. On Sunday, they would just make, and they didn't have a logo or anything at the time. They would just make their mixes and they would just sell them right there, and people would come over. And same thing with El Levanton. Now he has a restaurant. He does mariscos and stuff. But he also was doing it out of his pad, and he had a little wood thing that he made, and people would come up and, hey, I'm going to have some today, this weekend, first come, first serve. I have mariscos and shit, like, Coco Loco. Like, I'm not the first one that came, because I know the cups were first. You had that little lizard one.
Mm-hmm. Those
Antojitos
were
or
at
antojos.
7-Eleven and all over
Yeah.
the place, yeah.
And then I know my boys started doing it.
Fucking like rip your tongue open trying to lick
Yeah.
the shit off the rim.
And then my boy
like
did
sandpaper.
Coco Loco. And yeah, man. At the time, nobody was making. And I know why I was the first, because at the time when we were doing it, everybody was using Clamato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were coming with big bottles of Clamato, not their own mixes.
Right.
And nobody would tell you what they're putting in their bottle.
Sure. No,
They're putting this and
special
that,
formulas.
salsa Maggie's
Maggie, yeah.
and all this crap, and then they would shake them up, and they're like dark, and you're like,
Yeah.
damn, but they were bomb.
It reminds me of like edible companies. Like the same thing. It went from just people making it in
Doing
their
that shit at
kitchen,
home, yeah.
to where it's like these full blown ass companies. Same thing with the meat stuff. They're just doing it at home, and then an opportunity came to
Family
make it
Greens.
make it a real business.
My boy Family Greens does that. Here's the thing too with that is that once we did a few, and then all of a sudden the health department came in like, hey, you guys got to start paying, and they caught on to us. So now I had to start asking for permits and stuff, and that got super hard because everyone was making them at home.
Oh.
So we had to help them,
Become
find
businesses.
find like shared kitchens and all this stuff.
Oh,
you
no
know.
shit.
So now we have them all the time. Now everyone has to get a permit and stuff. But back then nobody was, and,
This is
and
the Wild West.
and it's crazy because still to this day, I get a couple hundred every time we're announced that we're coming back for this year. Hey, how can I get in? And the first thing I say is, do you need a shared kitchen? No more DMs.
No shit.
That's done.
Yeah.
But the ones that really want it, they'll be like, okay, how do I get one? What is it? What do I need? Because I want to do that. And I've heard, like all the names. There's, Micheladas, el alien, el compa, el this, el that. There's hundreds and hundreds of micheladas now.
Shit, well, how many did you have at your last event? It was like 40 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy,
So
dude.
wild,
I did not know there was so many Michelada people when I
Oh,
showed
and
up.
that's just who came. There's still, again, we turned down a lot of people because they, at this point, they'll get. We've just had some new ones at our other one, but it's just a process for them to get the paperwork.
It's
done
cool that
and-
you have like the template too. The people are like, hey, I want to do this. You're like, all right, well, here's what you have to do, and then you can
and
do it.
depending on what city they're from, I have like my boys from Michelada. He helps people out in getting shared kitchens and stuff like that. And there are the great part is that there are guys in the game, Coco Loco, Snug Products, Lime Drop, J Botanas, La Laguna, people that El Oso. These guys aren't afraid to help out other guys
Yeah, yeah.
because they understand that there's a pie that everyone can eat from.
Yeah.
You can't be a hater. So when people started telling me like, oh, hey, I'm going to do a festival too, I'm like, all right, bro, cool. And I would go to their festival and show support
Yeah, yeah.
and buy drinks and hang out, and go say hi to all the Michelada vendors. Hey, how you guys doing here, bro? We're doing great. This is pretty good, Steve. Yo.
Do you look at him? Oh, you come here now, huh?
No,
Oh,
nah,
so-
not at all. Not at all. Because
Totally. Steve's rolling his eyes like,
He's
I
like,
see
"Ah,
you, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's good to see you here.
no, you know what? I never do because they're making money. That's how they make. They're like
Yeah,
you said,
yeah.
that's their other job. And I'm gonna tell you something that we don't do either. We don't charge them. I don't charge them a fee.
Who?
The vendors.
For what, Michelada Rumble?
Yeah. I only charge them their permit.
Which is your expenses, like what, 80,
Yeah.
80 or some shit like that?
So I charge a permit. That's it. I don't charge a fee. Because they still have to get their product. They still have to pay their people. They
Sure.
still have to, you know what I'm saying, be there all day. How many, like if you do a fee plus the permit, plus, their time and the people that hire, now you're getting to thousands of dollars.
You're
How
not
many
trying to put them
micheladas do
in-
you have to sell?
Yeah, you're not trying to
Yeah.
put him in the hole.
No.
Yeah.
And
Some of
we've
these
never
events will
done
charge like fucking a huevo, dude, like $5,000 a spot. And
No,
shit. It's
they
just
do.
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
And it's
Holy
crazy.
Or they'll
shit.
take like 40% off their sales.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
I did the Tamale Festival. I curated the area for the micheladas, and they were charging $500. And he goes, "Hey, we're gonna have to charge 20%." I go, "I'm not doing it then,
Yeah.
and I won't give you any of my guys because you can't have them go rent a hotel room, get all their stuff, go over there, spend 2 days over there, and you're gonna charge them already $500
Dipping
bucks,
them. And now you're dipping on them
and then now you
twice?
want their 20%?" I said, "Nah,
damn.
dude, that's not how it works."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn." I go, "Look, bro." I know this guy from when I was at K Rock, and he's working over there now. And he's like, "All right, what works for you?" I said, "Look, flat fee. You want your $500? They're willing to pay it. But to do the 20%, man, like you just like putting your hand in their pocket, and it just
Yeah.
makes them like every time they sell one, they know that
This
20% is going.
motherfucker.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this: at the Tamale Festival in Indio, our section was the most popular. Everyone came by, everyone hung out. We had lucha libre, we had everything, and everybody was like, "Damn, this spot was a bomb." Yeah, bro, let's make it bigger.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. Do you have a preferred michelada? What kind? Like, you spicy, not spicy?
Oh, it's got to be spicy, man.
yeah.
It's got to be spicy. It's got to cure that hangover for sure.
Or also the perfect drink to go along with the taco.
Yeah.
Do you have drink preferences?
To go with a taco,
Coca.
it depends. I mean, you always go for a Coca or Carritos.
I'm looking for not the obvious answer. Of course you
But
got
no,
a
but
bottle
it has
of
to be a
Coke.
Mexican Coca, right?
Yeah,
Of
it's
course,
got to be the bottle.
of
Yeah.
Coke, of course.
And cold.
Yeah, it's got to be cold as fuck.
That shit that burns your throat going down.
The
You're
only
like,
thing,
"Ugh."
the only thing that you can't find it anymore, but not a Coke in a bottle, was when Coke with lime, when they had that shit everywhere. Coke with
Oh,
lime.
that actually was not bad.
Coke with lime with a taco. Ooh, shit, man, that shit was good.
What other topics, what other stories did you delve in on LA Taco besides just food? Do you do other stuff? Do you know?
Well, I do a lot of their video content as well, and their photography as well, but as far as for stories, I mean, I just kind of support LA Taco all around and however I can. So if there's been other stories where like kind of with police issues and stuff in the city, or that I've like helped out with, or I've had connects, but yeah, I mean, me personally, I just stick to the tacos.
Okay.
Just keep it simple.
But there's other stories that you can find on there, other stuff that's going on in LA Taco. Because at first when I read it's LA Taco, I thought that's all it was.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of stuff going on that.
Oh yeah. So LA Taco is a publication. We cover all kinds of shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's local. We call it your street guide to the real LA. That's what we are. So whether it be what you want to know what's going on with the culture, with the arts, locally, politically, we got you covered music as well. And so the site's about 50% food, and the rest is like local news, local stories, like real people of LA. Like we like to represent the kind of LA that like Eater, LA Times, often forgets. You know what I mean? I think the whole national lens is focused on this small strip. I have a fucking tweet out there that went a little semi-viral where I just highlighted like the whole Santa Monica, Wilshire corridor up to like Los Feliz. Like everybody thinks that's LA. And, like, that's where everybody hyper-focuses on. It's like, nah, LA's more than that. There's, like, countless neighborhoods. It's widespread.
It's weird for me, like, doing stand-up. And so I moved out to the Valley, and I moved to where people that move here move to. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm from the South Bay. Like, I'm from, like, people say, no one's from LA. It's like, everybody I grew up with and went to school with, like, they're all from here. Get the fuck out of here. So it's like, it is weird to move there. And it does become the focus of, any kind of media coming out. It's like it is all through the view of someone who's moved here.
Yeah.
They're like, let's see how they experience LA, as opposed to people that are third, fourth, fifth generation people. That's like, well, man.
Yeah, that fucking gets me, man. When I'm at some of my local bars I like to go to, and like I'll play pool there, and I know everybody there. And then there's like the transplants that come in, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, where you from?"
Like, what?
I'm from LA, right? No. Like, but before that, I'm like, no. I'm from LA, born and raised.
I was in my dad's nutsack before that.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, you're like actually from here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't meet those people anymore. It's like these fucking transplants move to LA and all fucking move to the same fucking areas. And then they go back to whatever the fuck they're from and be like, oh, everybody's fake over there. Like, bitch, you were living amongst your own. Like,
or they talk about LA shit.
Yeah.
And the LA shit they're talking about is only things that transplants do. And it's like, that's
Exactly.
not LA shit.
Yeah.
That's like, you were at home, wherever you're from, trying to do your weird shit, and no one would let you do it. So you moved here, and now you do your weird shit, and a tourist sees you doing weird shit. They're like, these fucking LA people. And it's like, no, that's yours. That's yours. And they came here.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
That's how we started the West Coast Pop Block Podcast. It happened when the pandemic was starting, and Joe Rogan and all those guys that were doing podcasts were all leaving California.
Yeah.
LA,
talking shit on the way out.
Shit on the way out. And that was in my head. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You guys all came to LA, made it famous, you paid your dues here, got your stardom. On the way out, you're like, fuck them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, motherfuckers, you guys ruined LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I came in here, I'm like, we're the West Coast Pop Block Podcast, defenders of the West Coast. That's how we started off.
Exactly.
And that first show, all I did was, along with these guys, was just like, fuck those guys, fuck this, fuck that. It was a crazy show. It was the first one, but it was just like hearing them just say all these things about Los Angeles, like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Bullshit. That shit pissed me off, man, so much. I've become such a, like, hardcore defender of LA.
Yeah.
Especially with LA Taco now, like, and getting, like, a platform on there. It's like, I see people talking shit on Twitter. I'm like, I'm on them. I'm like, man, fuck you, dude. Like, nah, man, leave my LA alone. You don't know shit.
Like you said, they don't know the true LA.
Right. They don't. And I think with LA Taco, that's what we all strive to do. We're also passionate about our cities. Like, we want to make sure our people's stories are heard, our people's issues are understood, and we keep, like, people in authority, like, accountable.
Yeah.
To keep people in check. and also tell people where like good tacos are at. You know,
Hell yeah.
you know.
And that's what I did too with Michelada Rumble. I consider it more of a Southern California cultural event. I do lowriders, I do folklorical dancing, I do mariachi music, I bring lucha libre. So I want it started off as a Michelada festival, and then I started adding all this stuff. I was like, man, it became more of what Southern California and myself, LA, Orange County, Santana. We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And I wanted people to see that culture, and that's what it became.
Authentic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Authentic.
Authentic.
And it's wild that you don't see it.
Yeah.
That you're here until when I moved to Minnesota is when I saw how not only how Mexican Los Angeles is, but how Mexican I am. You know, it's like because here I'm not Mexican, and I moved there. I was like, oh shit, I'm Mexican. You know, I was like, I am fucking Mexican. But compared to everybody in Minnesota, it's like I'm the most Mexican fool they ever met in their whole life. You know, and it is such a different thing to see. It's like, like. Fuck! That like the street names aren't in Spanish everywhere. Like
exactly right.
You know, like all that. It's like it was crazy to see. It's like it was for sure before I left trying to explain to a fish that he was wet. You know, and it's like what the fuck do you mean wet? You know, and you move so it's like wet. I understand now.
I'm dry now. Fuck.
Dry as fuck. But yeah, man, we are the West Coast Pop Lock Podcast every Tuesday night,
That's us.
8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're live on Twitch, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can catch us the next day on Spotify, iTunes.
God damn.
And also every Wednesday.
Best of all, better than all of that is Wednesdays, 8 a.m., 4 p.m. on a local music experience. It's a free app. Download it. There's all kinds of good shit on there.
And also
Mario's on there on Fridays.
Every Friday. And we just became part of Mi Grito Industries. Today we're announcing it. We're going to be Saturday at 6 p.m. We're going to go live at Border X Brewery in Bell. Johnny will also be there doing a stand-up set.
We'll be doing some fucking sets, you know, making it happen, some jokes.
And then
Telling some
Calacas will be
ha-has.
playing as well. And yeah, man, check it out. You can buy some tickets. You can go to Mi Grito at Mi Grito on Instagram and get some tickets there.
We'll post all that
We'll post
stuff
it
too
today
on
as well.
ours.
We'll post it a little bit later. And, where could everyone find you? Give out your socials. Give everything out.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. You folks, if you want to know more about tacos, follow me on El Dragón de Los Angeles on IG, on Twitter, TikTok. And also follow LA Taco. You'll see a lot of that shit on there. My stuff and a lot of other great contributors on there. We have a whole bunch of great writers on there.
LA Taco is so good.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things that once I found it, it was like, how did I not know about this before I found it? You know.
Yeah, we're a super small DIY do-it-yourself team with like no budget, and like we fucking rep LA hard.
Boots on ground.
Yeah,
Like
we're
that.
on the ground. We're
Yeah.
out there. Street coverage, dude. That's what we do.
I can't get past your taco segments, so I haven't even checked out the rest of it. Because, I mean, I'll watch your stories, and I remember you were in Mexico City, and you tried a spot. You were like, this spot was all right.
Yeah.
But then it was like, damn, this guy's, I mean, when you're hitting everywhere. One of my last questions before we go, this always happens. You ever do any collabs with guys out there like La Garnacha Que Papacha, guys like that do stuff? Have you ever met up with anyone? And
Yeah, I met up with like one in DF. I met up with Señor Escalante, who wrote this book called Tacopedia. He's considered like an authority on tacos. He's got a restaurant down over there by Feria de Cala's house. And then in LA, there's always like all the foodie scene or other writers.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all constantly like either running into each other or inviting each other to go try a place out together. So yeah.
okay, and then right now you also have Taco Madness.
Taco Madness, yeah,
Birria
so-
Mania happened. Taco Madness is happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if
Where
you
can
got
they
a
go
favorite-
vote?
You can go onto our website, lataco.com. If you're on the desktop, you'll see the sidebar. You'll see the banner there for Taco Madness. Just click on that. If you're on the mobile, scroll all the way down. You'll see the banner at the bottom. So the little square Taco Madness sign.
And an event will be coming up soon as well.
Yeah, we'll be
shit.
having a live event to be celebrating that late May. So
The
we're
winner?
shooting the 21st. Yeah.
I mean, celebrating the whole thing.
The winner, we'll have
But
some of those
celebrating
taqueros
the
there. Yeah, we'll have a party, DJ, music, beers. Yeah,
Damn.
it's gonna get down.
You got the best taco.
It's the
As
14th
voted.
annual one, man.
Oh,
14th
man.
annual.
God damn.
Damn. You'll see us there for sure.
I'm gonna give me a taco.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna give me more than one taco.
Oh.
I went to
that's crazy.
Mania. That thing was bomb. I can only imagine having the best taco in LA.
Yeah, no, people get into it, man. There's thousands of people that are voting every day, and these taqueros, dude, like they get into it. Like they're out there, like vote for us, vote for us.
I'll bet.
Making some crazy ass videos. They're hilarious. So
They want to win.
they want to
wanna be
win, dude.
considered.
It's a prestigious prize, man.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So
The
give 'em-
website is called LA Taco.
Yeah.
Like who you want to get voted best taco by somebody?
Exactly.
Fucking LA Taco. So you want to get best voted?
And you know what
I'm
goes
trying to
great
say.
with that? Some great sound. I know some great sound production companies, just in case if you need some backup. Just to let you know. Some
Some
great
live event producing.
some great sonido goes good with some good fucking tacos and
Alright,
drinks.
And a
Yeah,
nice
it's
cold coca.
There
Yeah.
we go.
And some chile que pica.
Que pique.
Is it spicy?
Chile.
Is it spicy?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Ah.
definitely.
Authentic.
No
too.
picante, please. No picante.
You can find them at El Dragón Los Angeles.
El Dragón de Los Ángeles.
El Dragón de Los Angeles. It's our friend and yours. You got to check them out. Give them a follow and find out where the best tacos are. For real.
Awesome.
It's the West
Tacos.
Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Thank you. We'll see you next Tuesday.
You.
We out.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Poplock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop lock.